Hello there. Welcome to build stream number 4. Where we left off last time was we finished the majority of the back of the underwing panels. Ran into an issue where I was missing a piece for the hangar bay. So I used Brick Owl, and it kind of, if you've never used Brick Owl, it will tell you which sets have which pieces. And so I went to my local Walmart today and I managed to find a set that had the piece I was missing, which is this, a little 3-in-1 toucan. Don't take me apart, don't steal my pieces. Don't worry, little dude. I will build you eventually. But first, I need a piece. No, you're in here somewhere. Ah. This is exactly what I was missing. So I do have the piece ordered from Lego as a backup plan. And as a backup to my backup plan, I also have my local hobby shop that had it. So yes, I will eventually have 2 extras of these, but I didn't want to take any chances. I don't feel comfortable, or I didn't feel comfortable really continuing until I got this. So I'm pretty fortunate that I did find it today. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this out, I guess. Also, I will put on some music. Yeah, it's not a bad build, really. And it's a lot smaller than this one. And thanks for joining again, Soulzim. I think you might be my number 1 audience member at this point. Maybe I can give you some flair. All right. So that's in. The little mini TIE fighter is snapped in. Already lost a camera. That didn't take very long. Let's see, which one did I lose? So, I do have my replacement camera to replace the side camera, which the crashing issues have just been getting worse and worse. I mean, look at that. It's still trying to catch up to me. Anyways. So I have to have a 4K capture card, and I have that, and I have to have cable long enough, and I don't have that, and I can't get that. So it is on order, but because of the storm that's coming in, and I live in the Midwest, yeah, we are having delays for everything. So where I was hoping to be all ready for Monday to have the new camera, I'm now looking at Tuesday, Wednesday, maybe, probably Thursday. We are going to get snow, but we're going to get something worse than snow. We're going to get ice, and it will probably fall like this. We'll probably get ice, snow, then ice, which is what tends to happen. So we will be fine because we have great winter tires. We also have a snowblower, so if my wife gets called in, at least she'll be able to get out. She'll be able to get out of the driveway, and she'll be able to get to work just fine. My concern is everyone else, because no one still knows how to drive in the snow down here. And I guess I can see where it is kind of uncommon to get snow down here. And I grew up in Illinois. I grew up in Northern Ohio, pretty much between the two of them, and lived in Kansas City. I'm used to snow. I've never been in an accident, never even got close. Well, yeah, I guess I've been kind of close to an accident once, but the people around here are just drive absolutely ridiculous in the snow. It's terrible. Anyways, because of the weather, all my stuff is being delayed, and Amazon has already let me know that it's going to be delayed. So I will either leave Thursday night or Friday morning for vacation. I would find myself fortunate if I get all the stuff I need by then. So anyways, sorry about the side cam. It's an iPhone 15. I don't know why it's having issues, but regardless, we will work through it, and we'll still have a good time building. So I was at the part where I need to put this locking bait in. So I believe it goes like this. This looks to be pretty easy. All right, one side's in. Oh, they're both in. Okay, cool. So that part's done. Now there is the other part that's supposed to go underneath. This thing is just so big, it's so hard to get everything. And this piece looks like it just goes in front of it. Like so. And I believe we're done with that. So now we can continue to step 7. Okay. So how is everyone's day going so far? Everyone having a good Saturday? Cool. Usually on Saturday mornings, I go for a 5K walk with all the gym buddies. And sometimes when it's cold like this, we actually don't walk, and instead we do an insane, well, I call it an insane workout, where I think it's every 2 minutes we do the assault bike, and then we swap to rowing, and we do that for like 48 minutes, which is, I mean, it's a lot of work. But this time there, even though it was like 27 degrees out, they're like, hey, let's go walk. So we ended up walking. I feel like that's a little too cold for Charlotte though. So Charlotte did not walk. When it's cold like this, we will usually do, about 10 minutes at a time playing outside. Her fur is warm enough for that, but I don't want to take her out for a 48-minute walk on asphalt and stuff like that. And after that, we're just prepping to go on vacation. So doing some early packing, making sure everything's squared away. It was a pretty good day. I should have been watching football. I forgot that there's 3 games on today. Does everything sound okay? So far as me and the music? It's hard to tell today for some reason. Good. So, so I did get my mic, and I did get the cables I need for my mic. But the mixer that I need to hook up the mic to is, well, it was coming tomorrow and is now coming Monday. And again, I assume it will come Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, somewhere around there. Normally I would be concerned, but my mother-in-law is coming down to house sit, so she'll at least be home to bring in the packages. We do live in a fairly decent neighborhood, but I still do not trust the porch pirates from cruising around. Also, normally I stream on Friday nights. Last night I had a Foundations Jumpstart Magic the Gathering tournament, I guess. Pretty good turnout. I actually got second place, so that was pretty rewarding. I'm not really very much into Magic the Gathering, but I do like my friend who invited me, so I went ahead and went anyways. And it was pretty fun. That particular shop is new to hosting Magic the Gathering stuff, and so they're still trying to get cards and stuff like that. So I went ahead and just donated my winning packs to them because I really didn't want to take them home anyways, because I've already gotten rid of the majority of my cards and I didn't want to really go through that process again. So it will be a lot more beneficial to them than me. I am going to, well, I'm tempted to do some morning streams because I would prefer to finish this out before I go on vacation. And I have not determined yet if that's going to happen with nightly streams. So I don't know. I have, I'm sure Alex, if you're not on tonight, and I assume you're not on tonight because you haven't said anything yet, I'm sure that you would love me to stream in the early morning because it's probably in the afternoon for you. If I don't decide to stream in the morning, then I think I'm going to start building out Bear and maybe just filming that and then releasing it later. I think once I get done with that Bear Door, then I have I think I might actually build the blacksmith's, it's either blacksmith's house or blacksmith village. I've been kind of holding on to that for a while. Boy, this tiny piece doesn't want to snap in. And then I got Cody's helmet at a discount from Walmart. I'm gonna build that. I have Luke Skywalker saber with as a GWP for getting Jabba's sail barge. I'm gonna build that. I think I have a MIDI Tanting 4 too that I will build through. And then once I'm through with all those, then I think I'll start getting some of the new releases and build through those. Yeah, in person Magic the Gathering is pretty fun. Especially when you're playing with people that you know that won't get, you know, salty if they lose, and they're good sports about everything. Commander Night was pretty fun when I was going, but I sold my Commander deck. Part of the proceeds from my Commander deck went into this Imperial Star Destroyer, so I would say it was worth it. Hey Todd, how you doing? In case you missed it, Todd, I found the piece I was missing in a poly bag from Walmart. So I was able to continue. Yeah, Brick Owl will list out the pieces that are in sets. So, one of them was the TIE Fighter X-Wing mashup. I actually had that in my cart, but I was like, do I really want to pay $110 for a replacement piece? Granted, I would eventually get it from Lego because I did put in an order for it. But then of course, you know, I'd have to bill it out later, and I'm trying not to buy any additional sets right now, as I've probably said a bazillion times on this stream, because I already have so much already. It just feels like buying more is just a little overkill. So at the top was a 2025 release, and it was just this little, it's just this little thing right here. So I don't even know how much it costs. It probably costs like $9.99 or something like that. It's only 59 pieces, but you know, one of those 59 pieces was one of the ones I needed. Yeah, I was like, no way am I this lucky. And also, because it was a poly bag, I was able to, you know, there's a clear part, so I was able to like shift everything over just to make sure, and lo and behold, it was there. The other two sets that Walmart had that particular piece was the helicarrier and the DeLorean, and it was very tempting to get the DeLorean. I am not gonna lie, but that one was 160 bucks. And yes, I would probably build it eventually, but trying to be responsible here. Now, of course, when the next UCS set comes out, which I think is May, I will be getting that. I think I'm going to stick that bird just up behind me as a way of, you know, saying thank you for saving me and allowing me to continue here. Just making sure I have everything right before I go on. I didn't even check to see what I'm building out here. I assume it's a part of the underside, because I think that's really what steps 7 to 10 or 11 are. It's just all underneath the Superstar Destroyer. Also, I made a small change. Actually, I don't really like that. But I replaced the top camera, which was my iPhone, with the MX Brio I was using as a side camera when I first started, with the Venator. And that's working great here. I don't know why it looks so funny when I do the independent overhead cam, but hopefully that looks okay. Something that was doing a little strange was that it was picking up the overhead fluorescent lights real good, and it wasn't necessarily flickering, but it was showing some odd banding. So I had to kind of adjust the shutter speed and the ISO values for that, and I think it looks pretty good right now. So I'm slowly but surely getting to a position where everything is nice and hardwired in and reliable. Somehow got flipped over. So yeah, I was finally able to get my post on Reddit today. At least last I checked, it passed the moderator's quality checks. That was, I only took 2 weeks basically. I don't know if I have any Redditors on. If I do, welcome. Thank you. This is the piece I was missing from the previous step, so if this becomes an extra piece, I'm going to be very triggered. I believe this snaps in just like so. And sometimes the instructions are not incredibly clear, but I think I've got it figured out. Hey, Sim, when does your metal model come in? Yeah, did they ship it to you already? Yeah, it really is. I mean, it takes up a good portion of the desk. Now, I could fold it in half and just, you know, work, flip, fold, work, flip, fold. But the Millennium Falcon is also in like a ring bound like this. Or is that coil bound? I think it might actually be technically coil bound. But anyways, it tended to like furl up a little bit to where you couldn't flip it properly. So I'm just leaving it as it is. Oh, okay. Yes, you'll definitely have to let me know what you think of that. Was it your first order on Temu? I think your first one is ridiculously discounted. Oh, okay. I almost got some Legos from them once. This is too But sometimes you don't get what you really want Lego wise. As in, you get like uh, an unsealed product that's missing pieces. I've heard of that. I mean, yeah, but ironically, I bought some Legos from eBay, so I could run into an issue with that one of these days. I mean, it's entirely possible that I'm going to open up one of these sets on stream, and instead of getting Legos, out it's going to pop up some bagged pasta, dry pasta. I mean, these sets, they look sealed. So I'm hoping that they truly are what they are. I can't remember what my first eBay set is going to be. I think the first one is actually Assault on Hoth. I think that will be the first eBay set I will build out. Yeah, I can't remember the brand. There's a particular brand that is better than some of the others. And they had like a Super Star Destroyer and a Imperial Star Destroyer, and they were huge. I think they're even bigger than the Lego ones. And I almost picked them up, but I wanted to do, you know, officially licensed Lego products first. Yes, yes, Mount King. The UCS shuttle, which UCS shuttle? Oh, yes, that one I got off of eBay. It would be the shuttle, Ewok Village, Assault on Hoth, Yoda, the Naboo Starfighter, Death Star 2, and Darth Maul's bust. Those were all eBay purchases. And the first gen Millennium Falcon. I forgot about that one too. So the Darth Maul's bust, it was open box, but I know because it was open box that everything in there is sealed. And I should put all those pictures on my Instagram actually, because since they did come from eBay, I left feedback and I took all kinds of pictures, just showing, you know, hey, this is from this person, and this is how it arrived, and this is how it was packed, and all that good stuff. And one of the how many UCS sets have I built so far? I am up to. So if you go from, I guess, Jabba Sail Barge and all the way down, chronologically ordered, the only ones I've built beyond the Imperial Star Destroyer, which I'm building now, is the Millennium Falcon and the Super Star Destroyer. So I think that leaves like 28 sets. And I'm sorry, I have to respond to my wife real quick. Do I like the drop ship with the ATOT? I haven't built that one yet. Also, Robert, thanks for joining the channel. And welcome. We are building bag 7 now of the UCS Imperial Star Destroyer. So I think there's 40 total UCS sets. So I think I built 22 now. Because I have 28 left. Or 12. Yeah, I guess I just built 12. I have a lot more to go. That's for sure. Or certainly feels a lot more that I've built. Some of them have certainly taken a while. How about you, Todd? I can't remember how many you said that you've built. I know this one you haven't started on yet. You got a spreadsheet. Yep. $28 left. All right, I guess it's time to add this. Some it's probably worth more in the box than built, which there are some people out there that are diehard collectors. Oh no, I was not expecting you to say that. Like, I knew that the red brown bricks were a problem for like the sandcrawler, but I was not expecting you to say that that would be a problem with the Ewok village. So now, I mean, I am afraid of building the sandcrawler. Where is it? Yeah, I guess everything was fixed by the time we got to Slave 1. So I was told, you know, don't worry about that one too much. But I'm still a little nervous about that one too. Well, that's good to hear. Also, welcome to the channel. Also, literally, you mentioning that about the Ewok village made me totally lose place with what I just literally built. Where did I set that down? Oh, right here. You know, if I recall right, there was some issues with the pigmentation that they were using for these particular bricks, where over time it basically ate at the integrity of these red-brown bricks. So now it's fixed, but at the time, it was a problem. Oh, neat. I was wondering what I would be hooking these into. This is pretty neat. I really like this a whole lot. Just gotta do this one last technique. Snap in, and we're good. That was pretty cool. Just making sure we're nice and snug. Also, Area 56 Bricks, welcome to the channel. I don't think I've seen you here before. Yeah. Yeah, that does not sound like a fun time. And these older sets, I kind of got into the habit of snapping them together real good and tight. And I'll have to be very ginger. Thank you for letting me know that it is also brittle. So I would have been sorely disappointed to start snapping pieces. My chief concern, well, outside of the pieces snapping, is where am I going to stick it at? So it looks like it's a, fairly large playset. Hey, welcome to the channel, Tevo. Yes, I did. So, I had a backup plan and a backup plan to my backup plan. So the backup plan was to order through Lego's replacement parts website. So I did that, and that will arrive in weeks. And the backup to the backup plan was to go to Walmart and get this, which, believe it or not, had my replacement piece. And the backup to that backup was my local store here in town. They carry some Lego, but it's not like they stay updated with what's coming out. But they do have bulk bin Lego pieces, I should say, and they were able to find that piece this morning. So no matter what, I'm going to be covered. Now I'll be covered if I end up missing that particular piece again. Ever, pretty much. I am grateful that Lego will send those pieces out once you put the order in, instead of waiting for verification or anything like that. They just ship them out. And I've had to order, unfortunately, a fair amount of replacement pieces, so they just don't seem to care. And I'm guessing it's just because they're like, each time I've had to order a replacement piece, with the exception of the Republic gunship, it's just been like a one of. But so missing the piece for this one, and missing the piece for the Republic gunship. It's now 2 sets on stream where I've had to deal with missing pieces. Oh, I didn't know you were Chris. Everyone, Tavo, this is Chris. This is my buddy that I went and I played Magic the Gathering with last night. Welcome to the stream. They do not. They do not charge. It comes via postal service. I didn't make it up there either today. I had some stuff come up. So, I drive by there every time I go work out. So I'm sure if I don't make it up there on Monday, I'll make it up there on Tuesday. I have had plenty of issues, unfortunately. Of course, every time I have had an issue, Lego has fixed it. So it's annoying, but in the end, it's all good. Very cool, very cool. I'm sure by Wednesday all the weather stuff will have cleared up to where you can make it out there. Of course, there's a chance that it's not as bad as they say it's going to be. But conversely, there's a chance it can be worse than how they say it's going to be. Well, Todd, what Lego did to us was they sent us the wrong yellow 1x4 plate. And as you know, the yellow is used for the outside hole. And it was a very bad color mismatch. So it was one of those things where it would have stopped us from proceeding. So, and I basically what I did was, you know, I did the same thing I did here, and I ordered the part from Lego and went to Walmart and picked up a set that had that color plate in it, and then went forward from there. Hey Dan, welcome back. Yeah, everything is going pretty good today. And I didn't know that you were building out Hogwarts Legos there, Tavo. Or maybe you mentioned something yesterday and I forgot. Usually when it gets to be about 9:30, I start only really thinking about sleep. Dan, how's your Saturday going? The thing that worries me most about the storm is where I live, it's very notorious to have power outages because of ice and stuff like that. And that, coupled with the cold, makes me nervous. Very nervous. Very cool. So I'm using OBS, and it's possible with OBS to set up an additional scene within a scene. And I assume you're referring to the overhead camera. And then what I'm also doing is I have something that will automatically switch views every 2 minutes, I think. So I've got an iPhone 15 over there, and then I've got the main camera there, and then I have an MX Brio as the overhead one that replaced my iPhone 16. So I think I'm actually missing another piece again. So I'm going to double check to make sure I got everything. Oh, nope. Here it is. Never mind. It just wasn't where I thought it would be. False alarm. False alarm. So I'm glad that I'm adding some structural support here because these are not in here very strong. Thank you. It took a fair amount of experimenting. For a while, I wasn't streaming. I was just, filming, and I was doing different setups, trying some things out. And then when I started streaming, Solzim here was around and provided, pretty valuable input. And so we're basically to where I feel everything is good. So far as like how the screens are and how the music is being, basically piped into OBS directly instead of being played out on the speakers, which, gives you all better quality music. And I have some things on the way to make for a better experience overall. I have the camera to replace the iPhone 15, and if you look when we swap from the main cam, the side cam, you can tell that there is like a difference with the color and such. So when that gets swapped, it will basically be the same camera here. I love mocks. I think that's pretty cool. Someday we will move into a house where I will have more space. Now, our house is decently sized. It's just we have rooms upstairs dedicated to like my office for work, And then we have a room that, you know, is basically a guest bedroom, because we do have family that come down here and stay. And it doesn't leave any room up there for Legos, unfortunately. So what I have for space is just this small, I'd say it's half the room down here. The other half of the room is exercise equipment, which I guess right now the insert for the overhead cam is doing a good job of covering up today for somehow. But I welcome the new visitors to the stream. Thanks for stopping by. If you haven't, give a subscribe so you can stay updated for when I'm streaming and when I'm building out next. What I'll be building out next after this is, I think, the Y-Wing. Yep, Y-Wing and then Death Star. Looks good. Moving right along. I have Thor's hammer. I've never seen a piece like this before in a set. Garrus, where did you get your mock from? Did you get it from Bricklink? So far as streaming goes, yes, I am only doing UCS streams right now. I am doing other things on the side, but they won't be streamed. They will just be released, like normal videos would be. So I am going to start on my other Christmas gift, which is Bear Door. I'm going to start on that tomorrow. And I had the nifty idea of building it while watching the Lord of the Rings movies. I think that would be such great background noise, but of course I can't put that in a video because they will come after me for that. So I'll be listening to it, with earbuds in, and I think I'm just going to do a traditional video with that, as in maybe not even using a side camera, just maybe the main camera and the overhead, and just build through at normal speed instead of doing a speed build. I did a speed build for the Dark Falcon, and that turned out pretty good. But if you've never seen a speed build done before, like behind the scenes, you have a camera right here in front of you pointing down, and then you build around the camera, and it kind of takes away a little bit of the experience of the build itself. So I want to fully enjoy that and put it up, and because you all can't listen to the movie, I'll probably score it with something more cinematic, and then we'll go from there. Making sure we're this. And then after that, I have the Blacksmith's Village, or it's Blacksmith's House. I can't remember what it is. I will probably also build that out. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that in like a speed build or not. And then I have Cody's helmet. That will be a speed build. I'm supposed to build 2 of these. Okay, I see how this goes. Never mind. We're all good. Okay, cool. So everything fits all nice and snug. I'm gonna push that in just a little bit more just to make sure. All right. Any bets that I knock over my monster by the time the night's over? Looks like I'm building basically the exact same thing, I assume, for the top. Yeah, the Razor Crest was a pretty good build. I was happy with it. I liked all the little details. I love articulating pieces with these builds, and that one certainly has plenty of them. The back door will pop open. You have the boarding doors on the left and right hand side. The only thing I don't like is the canopy for where the pilot sits is not a real functioning canopy. It's just take the whole thing up. I think someone posted somewhere that they do have a mod to make that a fully functioning canopy. I just haven't got around to fixing that up yet. I think my favorite build so far is the Superstar Destroyer, because it was solid. I didn't have any issues with it. There was no missing pieces. There was not an overwhelming amount of decals in my opinion, and the decals, as it were, they were fairly small pieces, so it was pretty easy to get the decals on there. I would definitely recommend it if anyone has the opportunity to get and build that set. Yeah, I like that you can interact with. And sorry, I'm going to jump ahead a little bit here. I like that you can interact with things because it really helps to reinforce the fact that you're, for all intents and purposes, building a model. A model without paint and glue. Now, that being said, I wouldn't want someone to come down here and actually play with them. I think I have a problem with the cats already trying to play the things down here. A couple times on stream, actually, one of my cats tries to climb up the shelving and get to the venator. I don't know what they want to do with the venator. And unfortunately, I can't lock them out because one of our cats likes to hide down here in one of these side bedrooms. He was a feral cat, well, feral kitten that my wife found a long time ago and still has not adjusted to living inside after all these years. That's also why I like to complete sets before I go on vacation or anything like that, because I don't want to leave stuff out for them to get into. Does anyone else have pets besides, well, I know Zim and Tavo have dogs. Surely more of you have four-legged friends. Mantids, really? That's pretty funny, Tavo. Well, they're still cute. My mom has parakeets. They certainly help keep her company. I think birds are great. My across the street neighbor, they have a parrot that they think is like 30, 35 years old. Dare I ask what kind of monster you have? Also, welcome to the stream. Never too old for Lego, and I agree. I just got started with Lego at like literally just started at 47. So you're never too old. Okay, that is pretty cool. And what did you think of that build? Like, that's something that I would be tempted to get and build too. Yeah, it really is. And for me, my first set was Lego Titanic. I think you can at the username if you want to reply directly to someone. There are several things that is kind of clunky about streaming on YouTube. The chat, and I guess I can put in a plugin to make a little bit better, more fun chat. And I'm thinking about that. And also with YouTube, you can't see who's actually in, watching the stream. So unless you say something, I don't know you're there. Well, I see that there's people there, but I don't know who it is. Yes, actually, I think I could multi-stream to Switch, or to Twitch rather, but I think that would probably eat up a lot of processing power. I mean, this laptop is, you know, it's an i9 4090, so it should be capable. But I'm gonna have 2 cam links running into it after I get everything I need for it Monday or Tuesday, or later on because of the weather. So I'm nervous about the splitting up, you know, 4K video to do 2 different streams. I'm not sure how that would work out. So Tavo, he I mean, you played in some pro Magic the Gathering matches before, right? He worked for Channel Fireball, I think, for a good stretch of time. So he's a very good Magic the Gathering player, but even better than that, he makes great beer. I'll have to look you up when we get done here. My channel, I started in November sometime, and I didn't start uploading content until December 2nd because I wanted to make sure I had everything I needed, and kind of experimented with some of the technologies. Like I had to, first of all, I had to move everything downstairs. Originally, I was building at the dining room table, so I had to get that space all set up, and then I started kind of filming out Jabba's sail barge. And if I ever do something like a members only section, I'll probably put, you know, some of the early footage and stuff like that up there. And then I started filming out, I guess it was the very first thing I filmed meant for the channel was the Venator unboxing. And if you've seen that video, the background is completely different because that was I built a desk, and I built it basically right in front of my computer desk. So that's, you know, that was where my old setup used to be. And then not long after that, I like shifted everything around to where it is now. And all that took a fair amount of time. Everything will stay this way until we move, which I just do not foresee happening in the near future. Well, thank you. What's keeping you from hosting? So, believe it or not, this is also pretty saturated, and there are some great content creators out there for Lego. I mean, absolutely great. How is your channel doing? Never too old for Lego. That is really, really good. Congratulations on your success. I hope to get there someday. I mean, you've had some really good growth. All right, now stick this one in. Okay. This just above the white, I believe, in this gray. And I guess it snaps in here. All right. I think that's in there good. Correct? So that's your backup. Looks just like furniture. But it sure is taking a lot of space on the desk. So I think technically we're at the halfway mark now. Because we built out the first two boxes, so it's time to open up a new. Yeah, you mean the stand that it's resting on? Yeah, I feel it every time I pick it up. I feel it every time I pick it up. I feel like it's a little wobbly and it's gonna just snap on me at one of these days. Those are fairly thin Technic pieces. All right, so I have to fish for what I need for 8. So I'll try not to be too noisy here. It's one bag. Oh, I'm sorry. I take it that because you're building Lego, you've recovered fully, but I'm sorry that happened to you in the first place. Starry Night looks pretty cool. The Lego World Map has a lot of pieces. And that looks really actually difficult. So one of the things I would like to do too is I want to build castles. I think castles look pretty amazing. And I want to build the Lord of the Rings sets, but a lot of those sets are small. And Lego City stuff, that stuff looks pretty cool too. But I would prefer like castles, or something that's more medieval and modular. You need thumbs for Legos. Do you still ride motorcycles, or are you done after 2 accidents? I actually tried to get a motorcycle myself several times, and I have been vetoed every single time. I haven't seen that haunted house one you're talking about, Tevo. I'm actually really ignorant of a lot of Lego sets outside of Star Wars and the UCS sets. Like there's they have been putting out Lego or Star Wars specifically Lego sets for a very, very long time. And every once in a while on the Star Wars Lego subreddit, someone will post something I've never actually seen before. Well, if you do, I hope that you remain safe and that you don't get into any more accidents. And that is for sure very true. Always get back up after you've fallen. Yeah, that is for sure. And I also did not know that they made castle sets all the way back in 1980. So my grandma, she didn't drive a motorcycle per se, but she drove a pink scooter. She drove that to work every day, unless it was, you know, raining, of course. And she even took us grandkids out on rides with it every once in a while. But I guess that rule doesn't apply to scooter riders, because she never did fall off that thing. Yeah, I saw, and I think I've brought it up a couple times today. Mold King makes some amazing stuff. I think that's good enough. So is it a crotch rocket you ride, or is it a Harley? Well, that's pretty cool. know, I really wish. Now I know that you have the option to do so, but I heard it hurts your like something with your stats. I don't know if it's CTR or something like that, but you know, YouTube does not disallow you from drinking on stream or in videos. But I don't want to introduce that at this point in time because I'm trying to grow my channel instead of hurting my channel. But I would be okay if, like, you know, Blanton's decided to sponsor my stream or something like that. My channel, I should say. That would be pretty cool. It's not actually, you know, really Lego related, but still. Oh, okay. For now, I think I'll keep it clean. No swearing, no alcohol. For all intents and purposes, my stream, my videos are safe for kids, but I think somewhere I read if you set your stream and your videos not safe for kids, then you get more ad opportunities and the such. You broke your neck? My goodness gracious. I am sorry that happened to you. That is absolutely terrible. But I'm glad you're still around and functional, but still, it had to have been terrifying. I don't really find a need for swearing. At least not while building Legos. Something that I'm trying to do better at, though, is not blowing through the build so quickly that I'm not enjoying it. So I might be moving a little slower than normal because I'm just trying to really enjoy what I'm doing. Well, again, I'm sorry that you had to go through all that, but I am glad to see that you are back on your feet. physical therapy can be rough and painful too in its own right. Yeah, it is. It is super relaxing, and it's super fulfilling too. And thanks for the support. Hey, thanks for the encouragement, Ron, and welcome to the channel. I'm real happy to see all the new people here tonight. Thanks for swinging by. I mean, that's why I set all this up, was to interact with you all while building this stuff. I could be just building it all alone, but it's just not as fun that way. Yes, actually, I did play Dungeons and Dragons when I was younger. I had a job at a grocery store, bagging groceries. I started when I was 16 and eventually moved to like different parts in the store working. But you know, I worked pretty much 30 I think I worked 32 hours a week because that was full time. So anyways, I saved up my cash and I bought I think it was the 5th edition, the majority of the 5th edition books. And my parents were very Christian, and they really thought that Dungeons and Dragons was of the devil. So I hid all my stuff underneath my bed. And then one night, in the middle of the night, they decided to, you know, come in with basically a flashlight and did a room search, and they found all of my Dungeons and Dragons books. And they threw them all in the trash. And that pretty much ended Dungeons and Dragons for me. And that was a fair amount of money back then. And after that, I started purchasing Warhammer 40K pieces, and I painted those out, and that was pretty fun. But for some reason, they didn't think that was evil, probably because they didn't know anything about the lore or whatnot. So yeah. How about you? Did you play Dungeons and Dragons? I take it you probably did if you asked me if I had. And yeah, that it was pretty traumatizing. I think the beholder sounds like it would be a very, very interesting build to do, and the mimic too. But I think the beholder would be pretty amazing. I assume it has like the stalks and the eyes and the big eye in the middle and all that good stuff. So my parents knew about Dungeons and Dragons early on because my uncle was also into it, and so he had like the first gen books, and I think on one of the first gen books, on the cover of it, it had like the devil, I think, and he just would keep those books all around, and so my parents would see it when they went to visit my grandparents, because he lived at home at the time, and they just would they would always frown whenever they saw it on the coffee table. So I would play also. I played Shadowrun. I played. I think it was called GURPS, which is. I think it was like a more open rule set. I played Vampire the Masquerade. I played. I think there was something with werewolves, which kind of tied into the Masquerade universe somewhat. And I think that pretty much covered role-playing games, pen and paper role-playing games that I played when I was younger. I thought about playing D&D around here, but I just don't think I have the time. And I feel like I take enough vacations in the year where I would make a dungeon master mad. Okay, so this is an engine. And am I building multiple of these? I never... Yes. Okay, so I'm actually going to put this on later. I'm going to build out all of the engines and just put them on all at the same time. Yeah, I really like the looks of that Dungeons and Dragons castle that they put out not too long ago. That looks pretty cool. I mean, that set's not retired yet, right? It's still available, I think. Hey, welcome to the channel. We're starting to build through Bag 8 now. We built out one of the engines, and we're going to build out the second of those engines, and then there's 2 more engines, I think, and then I'll stick them all on at the same time. You know, Zim, I'm sure if Harry Potter came out when I was a kid, they probably wouldn't let me watch that either. Or read the books. And I could do some one-shot campaigns. I think that would be pretty neat. You'll have to keep me informed of when that's going on. Hey, thanks, Never Too Old for Lego. I appreciate that very much. And I'll look up your channel when I'm all done here too, and I'll give you a like and subscribe back too. And it looks like your content looks interesting, so I'll give it a look through. And thanks, the stream is going pretty good tonight. We haven't had any problems, so I hope it keeps up that way. No missing pieces. Knock on wood. Also, I haven't had any wings fall apart yet tonight, so that is great. If you've never built the set before, and you do build it in the future, I think it's step 5 or 6 is when you start to build the underwing panels. You have to really make sure those are nice and snug before you start putting the greebling on top and the attachments below, because it will never give you the opportunity to make sure everything's snug after that point, and it will fall apart later. I guarantee it. And if you want to see it happen, you can watch build stream number 3. So the first week of February, I think I'm in town. And then the week after that, I am going to Singapore, which will be a fun trip. And that will be for about 2 weeks. And then thankfully I'll come back, and then I'll be in town for a couple months. I am actually not very excited about the Death Star. If they make a Death Star 2, which I think is the rumor, then that will be a little bit better. It's hard for me to get excited about the Death Star because there's already 3 Death Stars out there now. I wish they would do a release of something else that they haven't, you know, either put out or haven't put out in a long time. I'm more excited about the rumors that there might be an MTT. I think that would be pretty cool. I'm a big fan of, you know, big sets too, so I've said it before, the Supremacy, I would really love a UCS version of the Supremacy, but a Death Star I can't get too excited about. Well, yeah, the MTT, I hope they put a UCS version of that. That's what I have. That's what I'm most excited for, if it's true. I believe the Jango Fett Slave 1, I'm excited about that, but I don't think that is a rumor. I think that's a fact, and that will be coming out in May, I think is what they said. And I'm so new to Lego. I think I said this before too. I don't know how long it takes for all of the rumors to become true. And I think if they made a Star Trek set, I would certainly buy that. I actually haven't heard those rumors. I'm more excited for new UCS releases than, you know, UCS release. And I know Jabba Sail Barge is a re-release of a set that has been out for a while, but it is a UCS set, so man, if they did a DS9 station, that would be pretty cool. But it would also be pretty expensive, and I wonder if it would give people that wanted to get into Star Trek Legos a little bit of a sticker shock. The Death Star rumor, you know, priced it out at $1,000, which would be the most expensive UCS set ever released, and I think that would be sticker shock for a lot of people too. UCS's Ultimate Collector Series. They're basically large sets meant as display pieces for Star Wars that you don't really play with. So they're for all intents and purposes, they're meant to be built and displayed. and I like mocks are make your own creations, which are they are sets designed by people primarily, not official Lego kits for all intents and purposes. So there are some people that have made these amazing creations and designs, and I think a lot of people sell them off of Bricklink, and someone can correct me if I'm wrong. So you would purchase the designs and what pieces the designs that list what pieces you need, and then you would have to part out what you need for the set from either Bricklink itself or did I? No, Lego design. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Lego designers are people, yes, but it's nice to support people that aren't large, like like Lego is. So, anyways, you would buy the pieces from like Bricklink or wherever, and in the case of where I live, it would be the local store here, and then you just build out the mock. It's something I would like to get into one of these days, but it will be a little while, unfortunately. So Zim, I imagine if you looked on like Bricklink or something like that, you would be able to find some non-Lego, non-official Lego Star Trek sets that you could build out. Yeah, they are online instructions. From what I understand, because they're not officially Lego licensed products, the instructions can be a little bit harder to follow. But I still think they're still buildable. So those two engines are done. Now I'm going to build these engines. Actually, I could be. I think I'm going to move this. Oh, goodness gracious. I forgot to turn the camera switcher back on. So I'm going to move the book a little closer to me so it's a little bit more on the overhead camera. say if you guys have any questions or suggestions or ideas for the stream, feel free to let me know. And I've said this before on other streams, if you want to see any of the box sets I have, I can show and tell, I guess. Something else I have to put on the back. Waiting to put all this on there until the end so I can minimize moving it around. Yeah, well, so far space goes, the AT-AT's up there, and below here, I don't really know what I'm going to stick there yet, but I think I can adjust this shelf to go up a little bit more to create space below. But the Venator, the Imperial Star Destroyer, and the Executor are all here. There's no more room there for anything. And then, well, actually, you can't even really see it from the side can. But I've got Java Sail Barge here. I have the Razor Crest. And I'm not sure what I'm going to stick down here. I think I will probably stick the Republican gunship down there again. I'm not sure. I think I might stick the Razor Crest down there and stick the Republican gunship up here because my cats are chewers. And they're going to get to chewing on those turrets. You know, the front turrets and the back turret. If I leave it down here, I'm almost sure of that. And then to the left of this, I have a Billy, and I've got the land speeder, the X-wing, the TIE interceptor. I have the Naboo starfighter and box, and then I have the A-wing. So I have two spots left in the Billy, and then I have a PAX that unfortunately you guys can't see. But the PAX currently on top has the Republican gunship, but that will move because that's where I'm going to stick the Death Stars at. And I have the 2nd gen Millennium Falcon built over there in an Efferman stand. And then below that, I'll stick the 1st gen Millennium Falcon. So I have not run out of room yet. I will run out of room by the time I get done. So behind the desk here, there's potential for more shelving. To the right of me, we have like a stereo system that I might be able to, do away with, and that would free up, room for another couple Billies or like a Pax and a Billy. But we'll have to see how that goes. Wish we just had, more room in the house in general where I could, stick the exercise equipment that's down there somewhere else, and then, have a lot more space to stick stuff. The Titanic is upstairs where the wife can see it because she loves Titanic. So that is just in front of the fireplace in a display case. So it is protected from dust and the cats. Eiffel Tower, I would love to build the Eiffel Tower. I have a great desk to build the Eiffel Tower because this is a standing desk, so it would make building something like that pretty easy. Again, maybe someday. I really want to build the Endurance. I'm just trying to be fiscally responsible and build what I've purchased first before I go overboard. And so I gave my brother-in-law like one of those wish lists for Lego, and he didn't get me anything, which is for Lego, which is fine. What he did get us was amazing in its own right, but he did forward that list to my wife. And my wife got me the Black Falcon and or the Dark Falcon, I should say, and the Bear Door, which are, I'm very happy with those gifts. But Endurance was one of the things I did put on the list. Hey Lego Timmy, welcome to the channel. How's your night going? We're building through the engines now for the Imperial Star Destroyer, and no, Lego hopefully will never end. And I imagine at some point in time in the future, my wife will regret that I did get the Lego Titanic, because that's pretty much what sparked all of this. But it was her suggestion that I start a YouTube channel, so I think the YouTube part of it is fine. It's I'm trying real hard not to have what I call Lego overflow. Trying to keep it all down here. Yes, the Titanic is upstairs, that is currently the only set upstairs. She's very particular about the decor, and Star Wars Lego sets would not fit her decor. The Eiffel Tower potentially would fit her decor, but not necessarily the space, because that is, I mean, it's a fairly large, I mean, width and length all by itself, and then you've got the height as well. There's a shop in St. Louis called the Minifig shop, and I actually put them in the descriptions of my videos because a lot of the sets I actually bought from them, but they have the Eiffel Tower built in their store, and you know, it's a pretty cool specimen. No, it did not. No, it did not. Interestingly enough, it is, you do build it in 3 sections. The middle section, and then the fore and aft section, and then it all goes together. And I did ask her if she would let me stick it in the tub to see if it would sink or float, and she did not like that suggestion very much at all. But she is definitely Titanic obsessed. There's a guy out there, and I think his YouTube handle is Brixie. I'm sure you all have probably seen him, but I would like his space someday where I think he just has like a dedicated studio that's not even in his house that he just goes to, and he has like a huge Lego city. He has shelves of Star Wars Lego, and I think that is pretty amazing. I do joke with the wife occasionally that I'm gonna start renting out one of these office locations in town and set up a studio there. So has anyone gotten the 2025 Star Wars new releases and built out any of those yet? Yeah. $1,000 is certainly a chunk of change. How was that build, Tyson? Did you enjoy it? Did you stick it in a case too? It only took you 1 day to build the Eiffel Tower? So, I think they released a castle not too long ago, Tevo. And that looked pretty neat. And in regards to the Republican gunship, I mean, it was a pretty cool build. I had some problems though, like underneath the right wing, you stick in just something to kind of like close off the wing, and man, that gave me a whole lot of trouble. I could not imagine building Legos tired. Did you make any mistakes, or did you get through it without having to go back and rebuild too much stuff? And I make some mistakes even when I'm fully rested. I can't imagine what it'd be like lack of sleep. Also, I've seen some neat sets on Bricklink Designer as well. I mean, you could spend a fortune and just years building out all these neat Lego stuff. So what I'm doing is I'm building out all three of these engines all at the same time. I think it just is going to be a little bit easier just to do it that way. So I don't know if any of you guys are on the Lego Star Wars subreddit, but I have been frequently posting, and whenever I see anyone building the Venator, I tell them to make sure that the engines are nice and secure so there's no sag, and I'm applying that same philosophy with these. Hey, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate having you. And thank you. And Area 56 Bricks, if I hope to see you around again on stream. And again, I appreciate you stopping by. This is pretty cool. Maybe. Making sure of the placement here. I think it goes up just a little bit more. Yeah, I think that's right. I have an uncomfortable amount of extra pieces, so I feel like all right, so I built 2 of those. I built 2 of those. Those are 2 engines there. Those are 2 engines there. Aha! Nope. I have those all built. These built. Well, actually, I do have more engines to build. All right. There's 2 more engines to build. Again, I'm going to build these out at the same time. So yeah, no one's gotten any of the 2025 new releases yet. Yeah, Chris, thanks for stopping by and watching. Next stream will probably be tomorrow, probably at like 8 in the morning, or somewhere, and then I'll stop by noon though because I'm watching football, and then I might pick up after that. I don't know. We'll have to see how things go. But thanks again for stopping by. I'm sure I will see you around pretty soon. Yeah, the Bears. They play Green Bay tomorrow, and they're almost sure to lose. But win or lose, they're on my team, so I will watch them no matter what. And it's the last game of the season too. You can't miss it. I think I'm missing a slope piece, but I think I might have an extra one of those somewhere. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. Thank you. Yep, see you tomorrow. Have a good night. Oh no? So, I'll check the bags just to be sure. Nope. All right. I'll be right back. Good to go. I had extras. So Zim, what have you been up to tonight besides watching me? You know, I used to love playing XCOM 1, but I never got XCOM 2 though. Todd, have you been sorting Legos this whole time? That's pretty epic. If you have been, also that shows a lot of dedication. Wow. What are you hoping to make from what you're sorting? Okay. And Zim, depending on what you want to play, I might have some recommendations for you. So cabinets like display cabinets or like kitchen cabinets? I assume it's like display cabinets, but I just want to be sure. Because either way, I mean, it sounds like a great Christmas present. Well, suggestions. I can't remember, but I think you may have mentioned Shipbreaker. That's a good game if you haven't played that yet. Alex Cabinets. Okay. I'll have to look those up. There is Nightingale, which is like a Victorian type survival game, which is procedurally generated, and you can govern the difficulty of the different realms you go into, which to me is a super fun game, and I put a bunch of hours into it. Then there's another game called Enshrouded, which is also kind of like a survival type game. That's cool in its own right, and I don't think that one is procedurally generated though. Like the maps are the same all around, and those are the two games I purchased recently that I've put a fair amount of hours into and enjoy them enough to where I could recommend them to somebody. I also got the Space Marine Anniversary Edition, which is an older game, and I got the Space Marine 2, but I've been so busy with this stuff that I have not gotten around to building that out yet. Yeah, Nightingale is a really great game. I put a lot of hours into it, and then they did kind of reset things a little bit, and I think in online mode my setup and everything disappeared, but I think in offline mode it's still there, because you have those two options when you play. Online mode is obviously the preferred way, because then you can interact with different people. But if you didn't want to do that, if you just wanted to do your own solo thing, then you could just remain in offline mode. Yeah, the final boss in Elden Ring was pretty spicy. It took me a lot longer to beat him than to get through the end boss in the base game. But I thought Elden Ring DLC was pretty cool. Okay, I'm gonna just double check that I have everything built out. All right. So I hope this doesn't bite me in the butt, because I decided to build out everything before sticking everything up. I built out everything before putting it on the rear, because I want to minimize the amount of times I have to bring that thing out. So now I'm going to move everything over here. All right. So I'm going to fold this up for this part. Should be those. So there is an order to these things. So that should be the way those go. This goes over here. Let's separate these out like this. This over there. So, okay. All right, so I guess let's get started. Nope. Try and see if this would show up okay on the overhead, but it might just be better to do it from the side view. Yeah, let's do it from the side. I'll keep the overhead inset though. Boy, this is very tedious. So, yeah, I know. I didn't build out the Venator. I'm sorry, I didn't build out the Superstar Destroyer on camera, so um, I don't have a frame of reference. But I guess I did build out the Venator on camera, but it wasn't like this. It wasn't on stream. The technique for this is really pretty cool. Just making sure how I put this top one in. I'm not. All right, well, let's do it this way and see how it goes. Part of me feels like that's not in right, but has to be put in from make a lick of sense. And spacing down, spacing up. Wonder if this is just fun with engines. And by Jove, I think we have it. I think everything is kosher. We got Yep. We are gravy. Oh, no. Still have one to go. You know, I actually do have a standing desk for this, but the cameras are not meant for that. Okay. So the engines are in. Everything looks good. It's not confusing at all. All right, so these fin things are in. Hey TC, it's good to see you. Yeah, we're putting in engines. It certainly is. Well, it was a little tricky to figure out for a couple minutes, but we got there. Detailing over here. And last but not least, the big boy engines. That sounds pretty cool. Part of me wish I lived in California. Part of me wish I didn't because, well, the price. Get this out of here for a second. rotate this around. And there is our finished product for tonight. Looks like. Something went wrong here. All right, very nice. So I'm gonna go ahead and stick her back where she needs to go. The perils of a large set. Like now it's, believe it or not, it's a little bit longer because of the engines. I mean, the tail is on it too, but I guess it's something I have to be wary of now. So I'm afraid that's all that time I have for tonight. So we did get through what I wanted to, which was back 7 and 8. So tomorrow will be bag 9, which is putting even more paneling on the bottom. And I'd like to get through 10. And I believe 10 concludes the paneling on the bottom. Let's see if I'm correct. Yep. So that's the goal for tomorrow. And I really appreciate everyone visiting today. Thanks again for stopping by and keeping me company as I build this out. I hope to see all of you all again tomorrow. And sorry, TC, that you joined just as I was taking off, but I hope to see you again in the future. If you like what I'm doing, give a like and a subscribe. I stream fairly regularly if you're new. Unfortunately, I am going on vacation on Friday, but as soon as I get back, I'll be right back at it. And tomorrow, I'm also going to start filming Broward Door. I won't be streaming that. I'll just be, filming that, and then I'll post that probably after I get back from vacation. So thanks again. And again, the reason why I do this on stream is to visit with you all, and I really appreciate you stopping by and chatting with me. And have a good night. I'll see you all tomorrow. Go Bears! Go Bears.